Hi. Hello there. Hello, world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever the world you're watching me from. My name is Anastasia MacDonald, and I am the talk show host of this program called Who is Your Daddy series. And today I'm continuing part two of what I've called Your Body Matters to Daddy God. Loving yourself from inside the mind of a very intelligent God. Good afternoon, Queen for me, Queen Mike Kane. Good afternoon, Pastor Irene. Thank you for joining me live this afternoon. Lovely to see you today over here. I don't know where you're watching from, but in the UK, the sun is not shining. So I hope, I hope, I hope Daddy God will cause the sun to shine a bit more because it is a bit dark here. Good afternoon, Queen Anna. Oh, never met you before. Good afternoon, Queen Precious. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. This busy afternoon because Saturdays are the days where we catch up to do lots of stuff. So I do really appreciate you for taking your time out. This is not going to be a long program. It's going to be hopefully just 30 minutes. And before I get into it, I just ask you to invite somebody. Invite a friend, invite a family. This is a very important topic. It's a topic that affects every one of us, especially our children, especially our teenagers. We're talking about body consciousness, body image. Good afternoon, Kels. Oh, lovely name. Lovely. So please, before I start, can I just ask you to either share or to tag or to invite a friend or drag a friend, drag them towards this afternoon's very brief talk show, and then we can get into it. So how's been your morning? How's it been your morning so far? Hi, Precious. Lovely to see you. How's been your morning? I've had a quiet morning. Just being in reflective mode, thinking about this topic, about our body, about loving ourselves, and how it continues to impact us negatively, and how even as a person, how I am growing and learning to accept who I am. Good afternoon, King Yomi. So lovely to see you. Please share, as you already know. Please invite a friend, a family, frenemies, invite everybody because this really, this really matters. So please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Is the volume okay? Good afternoon, King Oluwaitoyin. Oh, wow, the newly married man. Congratulations, King Oluwaitoyin, and congratulations to your lovely wife. Congratulations. So let me know whether you can hear me. So do a thumbs up. Is my volume okay? Just let me know, and please share. Like I said, I'm not gonna be long. Thank you very much, King Oluwatoyin. I'm not gonna be long. It's probably just 30 minutes. But thank you so much, Pastor Irene. Thank you so much. So, like I said, today I am doing the part two of what I started last week, which is Your Body Matters to Daddy God. I like to call him Daddy God because he's my daddy. And loving yourself from inside the mind of an intelligent creator. Good afternoon, Queen TY. Wow, thank you so much, because I know you're very busy with your film making. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So yes, the topic is Your Body Matters to Daddy God. Loving yourself from inside the mind of a very intelligent creator. So, Anastasia, why this topic? Well, number one, Daddy God to you, or Daddy God to me, has been talking to me about it. That, Anastasia, I want you to begin to raise your voice and to talk to the world about people's perception, their bad perception about their bodies. And I know why he's asked me to do that, because I have come from a very negative, good afternoon, King, sorry, Queen Eufoma, I have come from that background where I didn't love myself, I didn't like myself. what do you call it? I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, to accept who I was. For those of you who've watched my life story, if you go to YouTube, Anastasia MacDonald, my life story is there, so you have a better understanding from where I'm coming from and why I'm doing this. So number one, Daddy God has asked me to talk about it, to raise my voice. Number two is because the church doesn't particularly talk about these things. We tend to dance around it. We tend to speak Christianese. We tend to use words like, it is well. When somebody's going through maybe a body image issue, we tend to just skim over it and say, oh, it is well, I'll pray for you. Meanwhile, we don't really pray for the person. We don't really understand what is going inside the person's mind. So we really dance around this. So we don't really delve into it. So that's number two. Number three, because this thing, this body conscious body image situation is a global situation. It is a global crisis. A lot of people hate themselves. They don't like themselves. They don't love themselves. They hate themselves. They loathe themselves, and I said, no, I cannot sit down. And also for the fact that, we've got a lot of young people who hate themselves, and I said, like I said last week in the beginning of this series, that I remember watching a documentary of young people. I think they were ranging from, I can't remember, from 7 to 12, around about that age, and each one of them was asked about whether they love their body, and every one of them said they didn't like part of the body, and they were prepared, if it was possible, to have cosmetic surgery done. These are young, like, our small children. They were going, if it was possible, if the law allowed it, they would change their body. They will go under the knife to change their body. So I thought, that for this reason, I must raise my voice, and let's talk about these things. Let's be real. Let's not be Christianese. Let's not be hypocrites, because I believe that all of us, in some measures or to certain degrees, are grappling or struggling or contending with accepting what has been given to us, this body, this beautiful that body is given. So last week also touched on using the scripture Jeremiah 1 verse 5, that says that that before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. So this is the scripture about foundation that I'm using. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. And last week I capitalized on the before aspect. So we were looking at inside. We want to look inside the mind of a very intelligent creator. What is in his mind before you materialize, before you come into this world? What was in his mind before he made it? Because your body is commensurate with what was in the creator's mind. You didn't just drop out of space or drop out anyway. You were not just slapped together and dumped into this world. You are the product. Your body is a product of a very intelligent creator, somebody who was intentional, somebody who had value, somebody who wanted to express you in a certain way, somebody who made you with love, with tenderness, with care, with attention to detail, who loves uniqueness, who loves to express people differently, with different inclinations, personalities, somebody, a very intelligent creator who loves fashion and making people in different forms. So I started for the before, just like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, before they produced the PC or all these wonderful things, that technology that we are enjoying today. What was in their mind before we are now enjoying the visible products? What was in their mind? What we have today. So we've got, the iPhone, the iPad, and all manner of, technology. We are enjoying these things, these good things, these good products. We are enjoying them today. They are the thoughts of an intentional creator, an intentional designer, somebody who wanted to better the life or improve the life of the people. Now I know that technology can be used for the negative, but that was not in the mind of the creator of Steve Jobs or Bill Gates when they were thinking of bringing technology to the room of every person. That it wasn't to destroy people. It was to improve the situation, our living situation. Technology was to improve so much more. So last week I spent time and emphasized on the before in the mind of the creator, Daddy God. in the mind, looking at in the mind of designer, looking at in the mind of an innovator, or what do you call it, a designer, looking at what goes on in their mind before they produce the product, or we see the product. So today, continuing on shape. The Bible says, like I said, before I formed you in your mother's womb. So today is about the form, the shape, looking at your bodies and the shaping, your bodies versus the shaping, or the shaping versus your body. Now, what comes to our mind when we think about shape? What is it that comes to? I want to ask you, what comes to your mind when somebody asks you the question about what is your shape? I'd love to hear your, what do you call it, your contributions, if you may. This is a very short talk show, so that we can keep things straight to the point, and then really to get us thinking more deeply. What comes to your mind, Queen Emmy, when you hear the word shape? Or Queen Maya, because I can see you're on. Good afternoon, ladies. What comes to your mind when you hear the word shape? What comes to your mind? I know what comes to my mind, or I know what I hear most of the time, because when people talk about shape, especially when it comes to women. Good afternoon, Mrs. Sharonke. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But what comes to your mind when you hear the word shape, especially with women? With women, the first thing that comes to my mind is, I don't like my shape. I don't like my body. My bum is too big. My bum is too small. My breasts are too big. My breasts are too small. My mouth is too big, or my mouth is too small. My nose is too big. My nose is too small. My eyes are too wide. My eyes are too big. My eyebrows are like this. My hair is so, most of the time. Good afternoon, Queen Vivian. Most of the time, good afternoon, Queen Patty. When we ask, about shape, we ask women about, or women are talking about shape, or the topic of shape comes up with women, it's very negative. You will never hear women, or let me not say you never hear, but most of the time when shape is mentioned, it is responded with a negative, that I don't like this, I don't like my hair, I don't like my nose, I don't like my bum, I don't like my tummy, I don't like my thighs, I don't like my feet, I don't like my back, you won't hear the response like, oh, I love my eyes. My eyes are unique. Oh, actually, I love my nose. My nose is unique. I love my teeth. My teeth are unique. I love the shape of my ears. My ears are so unique. I love my cheeks. Oh, they're so unique. I love my, my eyelashes. Oh, they're so unique. Most of the time, you will hear the negative, what I don't like, what you don't like about your body, what you don't like, that's what you would, if go and test it and see, you will most will not hear women celebrating their shape. You will not most. And so what does that say? What does that say about our Creator? What does that say about Him? What does that say? Now remember, we're talking about your body matters to Daddy God. It matters. Why does it matter? Because you need to first of all look into the mind of the Creator. How does He think? Why does He think that way? And why did He shape you that way? I just want you to take just 1 second. Think about this. Have you ever watched an artist at work? Have you ever watched a potter at work? Have you ever watched a sculptor at work? Have you ever watched them as they begin to, the potter begins to shape something? Do you see how they spend time? Good afternoon, Queen Bumika. Do you see how they spend time lovingly, tenderly shaping that pot? Do you see how their hands are sometimes gentle and sometimes firm, to get the shape or the intention of their mind, the design in their mind onto that clay object. Do you see, when you look at a potter, does the potter just slap things back and forth and just, haphazardly, and just scratch on them, just without intention, without love? Does a designer just do that? Or when you watch an artist, does an artist just take their tools and just begin to splash their, I know there's a skill of splashing paint, or which gives out a particular design, because that is in the mind of the artist, and the artist knows what they're doing. But my question to you is this: do these designers, creators, innovators, whatever you call them, interior decorators, do they just slap things together? Do they just push things together? Do they just do things with a cold heart? I just want us to think more deeply here. Your body matters to Daddy God. I want us to think about looking us inside the mind of a very intelligent creator. The Bible says that before I formed you, there was a shaping going on. There was a shaping of your personality. There was a shaping of your interest. There was a shaping of your inclinations. There was a shaping the way you think. There was a shaping of your desires. There was a shaping of the way you learn, the way you understand things. A shaping process that belongs to that mind of a very intelligent creator. Now, if we don't have to look far. Like I just said, you don't have to look far. Good afternoon, Queen Rumi, Queen Ikuru. You do not have to look far. You do not have to look far. I mean, let's take it. Look, women. When we do our makeup, you tell me, when we do our makeup, do we just slap things on our bodies? Do we just slap the makeup on our women? I have a fair bit of makeup on today. Do we just slap things on? Or do we take time, attention, love to put different colors, combine different colors, whether it be foundation, whether it be lipstick? I'm wearing lipstick. I tend to wear neutral makeup, but do we just slap these things onto our faces, or do we take our time? The way we shape our eyebrows, the way we may wear eyeliner, the way we may do contour. I don't know how to do contour. I've never done contour. The way we may contour our face, the way we may put lipstick on, the way we put our earrings. Look at my scarf. I've taken time to put on this headscarf, and I've taken time to put it on. So we understand and we reflect some things, or somebody that loves to take time to shape things. And like what I'm wearing today, if you look at the background here, you can see books, you can see this artwork here that I bought from Ghana a long time ago. Look at the artwork. Somebody, an artist or a woodcarver is taking his time to carve this beautiful picture here. Attention and detail has gone into to do this. And I have another painting here that was done by my brother-in-law. He's taken time to put all these colors together. So why is it that, why can't we love our shapes? Why? Who tells us to reject our shapes? Who has the audacity to tell us that, that you and I, my lips are too big, or your lips are too thin, or my cheeks are too a certain way, or my eyes don't make. Who has the audacity? Good afternoon, King Jude, and Queen Bukola. Who gives the measuring stick to determine, to say that your face or your shape is acceptable, but somebody else's is not acceptable? So somebody who has a voluptuous body, that has a big bum, let's be real here, when we're talking real stuff, has a big bum, a big boobs, big nose, big lips, who has the audacity to say that person has not been shaped the right way? And who is the standard of the right way? Who is the standard? I'm talking about your body matters to God, loving yourself from inside the mind of an intelligent creator. What is inside this mind? The inside the mind of this intelligent creator, who is God, loves variety. He loves variety. What's the word? He loves but you get what I mean. He loves to express us differently for different purposes. Different purposes. Different purposes. Different shapes. Now you just look in your room. You've got different shapes. Different shapes of objects inside your room. So why do we allow ourselves to be ruled and to be bossed and to be influenced and to be intimidated by so-called people's standards to determine that, you know, this person or this shape is acceptable? Why do we do that? Why do we allow other people to determine what beauty is? Why do we do that? We shouldn't be doing this anymore. We need to rise up, raise our voices, and it is not acceptable. It is gross insult to Almighty God. It is a gross insult. Now you tell me, if I came to your home, and came judging the objects that were in your home and telling you that this is not nice, this is not good, this is not acceptable, how would you feel? How would you feel if I came to your house and judged every object that you had and said it is not acceptable, but this is the acceptable? You would throw me out. You would kick me out. But this is what we do to God when we refuse to accept who we are, how He's made us, how to embrace our beautiful shapes, our beautiful designs. You know, let me tell you something. For a long time, it got to a place when I realized I was rejecting my bum. I have been well endowed in my bum, but the church began to make me feel so conscious about my bum that I had to. When it's ready to go to church, I have to think very carefully how I'm going to sort of like cover up my bum. I become very conscious of my bum, and I realized that this had translated into shopping. It got into a point that I hated shopping because the pressure that shopping does, because I can't find clothes that are commensurate with my shape. You know, I hate it. Even up to now, you know, I will probably rather employ the services of a personal shopper to help me, because that's how bad the church unconsciously or consciously has made people to reject their bodies, because they're going on and on and on and on and on about cover this, cover that. So you begin to think that, oh my gosh, how do I cover up? Maybe I need to wear a smock, you know, but shouldn't be the case. If Daddy God didn't want me to have a big bum, He wouldn't have given me a big bum. So excuse me, please, let me enjoy my big bum. And don't go around accusing other people of their body shape, because if you do that, then what you are doing, you are going against God. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, that we should dress in a way that disrespects God. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying that we should learn to honor one another with our different bodies. We should learn to celebrate one another with our different bodies. We should learn to love, and we should learn to, I beg your pardon, let me take some water, because I'm really getting this thing here. We should learn to look at people's body and celebrate them. Celebrate flat bum, flat breast, big eyes, big lips, small lips, big ears, small. Look, let me tell you something. We need to go back into the mind of this very intelligent God that loves to express Himself through different shapes. Now, for a second, because I'm going to wrap it up here. Have you ever thought of the animal, the hippopotamus? Have you seen the hippopotamus? How large its mouth is? Have you seen how large its mouth is and how big its body is and how big its bum is? The legs are not proportionate to the body. But guess what? That's how Daddy God desired to shape him. How about the giraffe? How about the giraffe that has a very long neck? What is an animal doing with a very long neck? Go and ask the Creator. That's how He loves to make the giraffe, to give him a very long neck. And I've been going on and on about the pink bum monkey. I've asked Daddy God that, what were you thinking of when you gave this monkey a big, big bum that is pink. It wasn't brown. It wasn't black that could hide that big bum, but it's pink. It's so obvious. So people, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, family, we have got to stop this craziness about rejecting our bodies. We've got to stop it. We've got to stop it. We've got to start a new movement. We've got to start a new movement to embrace every part of our bodies. That when we see somebody different, to celebrate them. The only thing it is because they're different. Because Daddy God wants to express his wide, endless range of taste, and for the different purposes. That is it. You don't need to answer why somebody has a big mouth. He has a big mouth because that's how Daddy God desires it to be. And why should you make fun of somebody that is different to you? Why should you do that? We've got to stop this craziness. We've got to stop. And this is why we have teenagers who are, killing themselves, cutting themselves, doing all manner of, destruction to their bodies. That is why we've got to stop it. We cannot sit down. Parents, I am begging you. Parents, I'm begging you. We need to stop this thing so that it's not passed on to the next generation. We need to stop it. Not just me, all of us. You see, when we model good behavior, that is what our children will pick up. But when we model that we don't love one another, that we hate one another, that is exactly what our children, and that is why today we have a lot of mental disease going on, a mental psychotic, because people are told that they are not, they're not right. They're not the right way, the right shape, the right mind, and they don't know. So the only thing they can do is to reject themselves. So I'm talking about your body matters to Daddy God. Why does it matter? Because he loves diversity. He loves a range of different shapes and colors. He loves to express us in different shapes, sizes, for different purposes. Your body is to meet a different purpose, a different kind of people, and to show the beauty of God. That is what the same way, when I come to your home, when I come to your home and you have different artifacts, you have different kind of, you express your your style or your decor, you express it by the things that you have in your home. That is how Daddy God has chosen to express, his creation to different dimensions, colors, tastes, you name it. Look at creation itself. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of flowers out there. Creation is just amazing. Creation teaches us so much. It teaches us so much about God. Small flowers, big flowers like the sunflower, the daisy like the small one, tiny birds, big birds, you name it. Pardon me. Small trees, big trees, the oak tree, So I hope this, this short talk series can get us to talk to one another, to stop and to begin to reflect and to start a movement, to learn to love ourselves, to embrace all the itsy bitsy. Why am I talking about this? Because I'm on that journey. I'm not where I used to be, where I self-loathe myself, but I'm in that journey where I'm learning to love every part of my. And let me tell you something. It's amazing how, Daddy God would sometimes he'll get me to look at my hands or the palm of my hands, and he would just quicken my mind and tell me to look at the palms of my hand. And he will put in my heart that look at how beautiful these hands are. And he would tell me that these hands are to serve people, to be an extension of his love. And I'll look at them and I'll begin to love my hands. Like today, he got me to look at my what do you call it? My breast cage, that in that breast cage are locked in the heart, the lungs, and vital organs. That breast cage is lovingly and protecting organs. Isn't that amazing? So learn to love every bit of our body. Taking time, take time, and to thank God for every part of your body. And as you do that, our children will be filled with the glory and the knowledge of this wonderful God that loves different shapes and sizes. And that we can stop this craze and this sickness that we are spreading, amongst our children, to loathe themselves and to do all manner of things that are unthinkable, to reject themselves. Let us start this new movement to begin to love ourselves. But more importantly, let us begin to celebrate other people. When you see this thing, just tell them, you know what? I love the way you move your eyes. I love the way you smile. I love the way you do your hair. I love your cheeks. I love your chin. I love your neck. I love your breasts. I love your shoulders. I love your bum. I love your tiny waist. I love your toes. I love your back. I love this. Let us learn to celebrate, especially women. Women. Because men don't really do this thing. Men don't do this. Men are, they are, excuse me to say, they are correct. But it is women. We are the one that we backbite, we stab, we accuse, we look down. We don't do this. So women, please, let us start a new revolution. Let us celebrate one another, please. Let us give glory and honor to God. Let us not disgrace our God. Let not the world look at us and then hate God. Let not the world look at how we deal with one another and reject God and say, no, if this is how you guys behave, then I don't want to know this God. Let us learn to celebrate even the itsy bitsy tiny bits of one another. Let's start small. Even if it's a text, even if it's a talk show, even if it's anything that can get us on this new movement of celebrating ourselves, so that Daddy God can be seen for who he really is, that he is a God of diversity, a God of extraordinary taste. He's got taste. Daddy God has got taste. He's got real taste, And to stop dancing around this subject, especially in the church circles, let us talk deep, one to one, sister to sister, brother to brother. Husbands, please help out the wives. Husbands, please affirm your wives and reaffirm them. That is how women are made. Women are made to be what's the word? Women are made to be loved, to be admired, to be celebrated, to be what's the word? Nurtured and all kind of things. So husbands, spend time. I know you love your wives, but say it loud. Say it loud. Tell your wives again, because this will also help the woman to embrace who she is. Daddy God has given you that authority and that power, to nurture that woman into who what God has called her to. So to the men, I just implore you to say it. And I know we women too, let's spend time working on ourselves. Wherever we are weak, let's talk about it and let's work on ourselves, because I'm working on myself. When Daddy says to me to look at my hands, I look at it. When he says look at this, I look at it. When he says look, you're beautiful, I said okay, if Daddy God says I'm beautiful, then who am I to question that I'm not beautiful? I'm not to sit down and start to begin an argument in my mind. So I'm not where I used to be. I'm not where I need to be, but I'm on that journey and becoming more stronger. And I'm looking at myself through the lenses and through the mindset of a very intelligent creator that does not make crap. He don't make no junk. Daddy God don't make no junk. Everything he does with intention. He is an intentional God. And just because somebody else doesn't understand your frame doesn't mean that you're crap. Just because somebody doesn't, you do you. Do you to the best of your ability. Do you. Understand your body and celebrate yourself in the colors, the size, whatever it is that makes you so unique. You just do you. I hope this has been encouraging to you, to somebody. I did talk to God, Daddy God, before I started. I said that even if this means me to speak just to one person that will make a difference to start, a new movement, then Daddy God, I will be your vessel and I will speak. I'll speak out. I'll be your vessel and talk. And so thank you so much for taking time this afternoon, for being with me. Thank you for thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Let me see if there are any comments here before I sign out. Queen Patty says, I'm so blessed you spoke on this topic. I've been hurt and broken on this subject, and I'm on the journey of recovering. I'm learning to love myself and not allow anybody to think less of me. Love myself. Thank you so much, Queen Patty. And so shall be your story. You're getting stronger. We're all getting stronger. Queen Mashley says, thank you so much for such a wonderful teaching. Thank you so much. Thank you, Queen Cheryl. Thank you, Queen Lisa. Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Queen Glory. Who else is out there? So thank you, every one of you, for joining me live this afternoon. Please share. You know the situation out there. You know it is a global problem. You know how our children, for the sake of our children, please share and share it to anybody that you know, that if they listen, they can be begin to the journey of healing. Please share. Thank you so much. Gotta go. Thank you, every one of you. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Bye. Enjoy your afternoon, ladies and queens and family and friends and those who watch later on. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Bye-bye.